Exciting news, everybody. Anthem 2 has came out and you can play it right now. Just that, funny enough, BioWare haven't made Anthem 2. It's been made by Platinum Games.
Yep. And if you've been paying attention, you shouldn't be surprised, but a lot of people are.
Yeah, so Platinum, I mean, come on. You know Platinum. Nier Automata. One of the best video games ever made. Bayonetta. Yep. Other massive game. So it's pretty sad to see that, sure, they had blips like the Legend of Korra game. And here we got Babylon's Fall. Metacritic, 41. User score, 2.1. You might think, oh, that's just the user score in Metacritic. It means nothing. You'd be right, actually, most of the time. But on Steam, 52%.
Yep.
Let's see how many people are playing it. Well, it has and this is, by the way, this is a big new game.
Yeah, this was out on last Thursday.
Yeah, big new game. 1,188 peak in Steam. 68 people playing as of the time of this screenshot. 68 people! This is a AAA release from Square Enix.
Yep, this is a $60 release on Steam. Fantastic.
And that's the crazy thing, because whenever I saw the discussion of this game within our guild, and even my own thoughts on it, I was just like, oh yeah, that's that like free-to-play live service they're doing, right? And a few people I know thought that as well, because if you look at the Steam listing, you also see the purchases of coins you can make.
Yep.
So for some reviews, my time with Babylon's Fall was a strange one. I don't recall ever disliking a game so heavily, only to fall in love with it moments later. The satisfaction-driven nature of the experience is a road worth taking, but the slow burn isn't for everyone. Destructoid.
That's like the only positive review, by the way.
Yeah, the foundation is here. And I have no doubt that this would have been a stronger game that would have spread via word of mouth to action enthusiasts far and wide if it didn't have freemium elements. What's this? Square Enix ruining a game by trying to make it a live service? Oh, gee, when's that happened before? VGC.
And also, did they? That's actually a question we have to address.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting giving one of that tweet, which I'm sure we're going to get to.
Indeed.
VGC. There is no one that we would recommend Babylon's Fall to. Now, that is not a good review from a review publication.
No.
It's visually dated, consistently dull, and features the most average Platinum Games combat we can remember. Nothing about the Platinum shine that's evident in Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
And to go for just this Steam review, the level of live service nonsense in this game is staggering. Not the game I expect from the trailers, and certainly not up to the quality I'd expect from a company like Square Enix requesting refund.
Yeah, there was.
Is it their fault though?
Yeah, so there was one other review that went a lot into depth about it, because obviously we're just kind of picking stuff. The combat is genuinely considered by a lot of people to have like pretty good elements once you get through the main story and things open up. That's about 20-30 hours of game there. Once you get that, it opens up a little bit, but generally speaking, people are like, it does really bring nothing new. It's just, why does this game exist? Did they just, there's a lot to look and go, I know you guys can do good combat. How have you done this?
Yeah.
And that's where we get to Square Enix. Because obviously the first thing you do is, it's Marvel's Avengers Square Enix. It's fuck Deus Ex Square Enix. It's Hitman can go and be independent and do a really great job because we're not fiddling with it anymore, Square Enix. It's that Square Enix. Obviously all of those examples are Western. So people kind of go, there's no way this could happen in Japan, right? It's Square Enix's home turf. That's where they're going to, communicate with devs better. Well, according to Liam Robertson, who doesn't work for any publication at the minute, is independent and works with Did You Know Gaming, but has a lot of contacts, said, Platinum Games should not be the target of your ire when it comes to Babylon's Fall. It was originally very different. Please consider that. And of course, no further detail, because likely to be in his future upcoming content. And then in a follow-up to that, because of Platinum's recent comments on live services, Sittenhauer says, the problem with Babylon's Fall isn't that it's a live service game, that's the scapegoat that everyone is so fixated on. The problem is actually that the gameplay went through numerous downgrades at Square Enix's request to fit a more grounded co-op experience. Now, that has no sourcing, but it's the kind of thing where that makes so much sense. You go, well, does it need a source?
Believability of Centauro, where's that?
I actually don't know. It's in a follow-up from thing. I'll look that up and then we'll get back to it.
There is that, which we have to take with I think a significantly larger pinch of salt to Liam Robertson, who we do know is just more connected, right? Now, will he give us an update? We'll have to see. However, the idea of Square Enix meddling around with the game is certainly not an unheard of thing.
Yeah.
Now, also, the notion of Platinum Games having a iffy track record is unfortunately not a new thing either.
Yeah, so I mean...
They have been a little bit more messy.
Yeah, to follow up a little bit on the Square Enix stuff, we'll run footage of two trailers back to back, one from the 2019 and the other from the 2021 E3, because that shows you that there's definitely proof that this game was something and then was something different very quickly.
Yeah.
In terms of how close the camera angle is, how the graphic style is, and how actual combat looks substantially worse later, which certainly adds credence to the idea that Square Enix wanted it to be a co-op-y thing. But to go on to Square Enix's general problem, and this is something people highlighted, they seem to have real issues with actually being happy with the game release that isn't Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Because there was The World Ends With You, the sequel to it, which was considered underperforming. It basically wasn't marketed. I am in every circle that should be marketed to for that game because I love the original. I barely saw it when it was out, despite seeing, I see game marketing all the time. None of that. Guardians of the Galaxy also was marketed really heavy towards the end, as if they didn't believe in it themselves until they saw the reviews saying it was good. That's what it felt like. And they just constantly underperformance. Tomb Raider, underperformed, cancel it.
Well, it's
Hitman.
famously so, with the 6 million sales they needed.
Yeah, Hitman, underperformed. Just kill everything, underperformed. Nothing's a Final Fantasy VII, so we don't want anything. Unless it's our own HD 2D RPG games, we have a soft spot for those. They get to underperform, it's fine. But it's like, the way I see it is, I think, especially looking at Avengers, they must just be hungry for a live service.
Yeah.
That must be it. It must just be, everyone else is a live service cash cow. Where's ours? This is unfair. I think that's Square Enix's general approach. Like,
yeah, and in that era, in that past era, Super Bunny Hop again. I keep on bringing this up. But he did the reporting. They even wanted Just Cause to be more live servicey.
Yeah.
Can you believe, what? Just Cause 4 live service? What?
Why are they fiddling?
So all of that fiddling going on just messed it up. And, if I think about this stuff, with Babylon's Fall, okay, sure, Platinum are deciding to make a live service. Right, maybe that's really what Platinum wants. But a live service will have deeper spend if it's co-op.
Yeah.
Because maybe you could look more powerful than your friend. You could save some time to get ahead of the gear curve versus your friend. You could get your character to have a unique cosmetic versus your friend. That's one of the reasons why you see more games go down that route.
Yeah.
They monetize better whenever your MTX is exposed to other people.
Yeah, because you have no impetus if it's a single player.
Yeah.
It's the same with MMOs. It's the same with, would Lost Ark single player have any monetization in its gearing loop? I imagine it wouldn't work. But here, just fire some extra players in.
Yeah.
You're really good at networking Platinum games. You've done that before, right?
And to be honest, here's the problem. If Lost Ark didn't have an end game designed the way that theirs is, I'd play it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've came to with a game like Lost Ark, where it's this combat's really fun. This feels really good to play. Those bosses look really cool. This content looks really fun. But the things that obviously they have done to make it a monetizable via time skips has just made it feel bad to me.
Here's your ration of engagement, as opposed to here's the fun.
Yeah. To go to Platinum then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because obviously Square Enix are absolute bastards at times. There's no two ways around that. As much as we love their output a lot of the time, they're just hateful to work with for a lot of people, it seems. But also, Platinum aren't blameless in this because live service is something they've decided to go towards 100%. And people, a lot of the narrative will be Square Enix are doing this when, if you look at two specific events, right? There was a recent interview, which was from their president, talking about, and this kind of rose at the start of February. I was like, oh shit, what's happened? This is all going wrong. And they were talking about, we want to make games that have been enjoyed and loved for a longer period of time. And this is I think people are kind of doubting a little bit of, the complete accuracy of this translation in terms of the feel of it, not the words said. But the president said, we'd like to cherish and create small but brilliantly conceived games. Games you can enjoy the process of clearing the game through one-off, well-designed stages. Apparently he never said well-designed, but, it's the point of one-off small games. But they want to create, games that will be different in terms of structure and will be enjoyed and loved for longer periods of time. But everyone knows what that means.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that means, oh, you're tired of making games that sell once pretty okay, because Platinum have never made a massive seller outside of Nier Automata. It's just like, yeah, here's your okay sales, and they need more money. So they're just going to move towards, considering the changes in the market over the next 5 years or so, I think it is absolutely necessary for us to do this. And then that was from recent. The other thing, which is back in February 2020, which is now 2 years ago, and this is 2 months after they revealed Babylon's Fall with this combat trailer, they opened a new hub. They opened a new office, Platinum Games Tokyo, and they specifically opened it to work on console live ops game development. They said, going forward, we're looking to expand to new genres and new styles of play. One of these new challenges for us is console live ops game development, which is to say, was this Square Enix's fault? Or were both of them at the same time looking at this going, oh, money? We can have infinite money. Why are we making these games that don't make infinite money? Are we stupid? Yes, but for a different reason.
Yeah. So, again, from Inaba.
Yep.
If we can no longer create new ways to play, then there is no reason for us to exist. And if that happens, I think it would be better to dissolve the company, no matter how profitable it is.
Yeah.
Saying he wants to go back to, create new games on a larger scale in a more pure manner. I don't think seeing a coin store is what we think of as gaming in a pure manner. He says, I want to lead Platinum Games in a direction that is pure and unadulterated and never look back. I think that's my role now.
Yeah. So I think this speaks to something really, really quite sad, which is obviously, every time you look at live services, you go, well, it's greed. You look at Square Enix as a publisher, like, oh, you just want more money. That's obviously how you operate. But from Platinum Games' perspective, it seems like they just have serious problems paying the bills and affording what they can do. So that this isn't necessarily take-home money greed. This is, can we get a series of wheels to pay for the rest of our games?
Well, they've always had a very strange business model, haven't they?
Yeah.
Right? Like the whole era of them just pumping out licensed games.
Because I don't know what it is about Platinum Games, but it seems that I don't know if they pay everyone too much or something, or if they just have loads of staff and not much output as a result. But they've just been on the brink of having no money for as long as they've existed. None of their games have sold particularly well, except for Nier, which they said saved the company. It actually was like Yoko Taro came in and saved the company for this game.
Yeah, so that's what Nier did. The Transformers game apparently did pretty well, and it's actually a great game. There's obviously Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. It created a new word. It has the big senator character. Great game, cult classic. But then, Star Fox Zero barely made a splash. Legend of Korra, big flop, very sad, especially because I really love Korra. I would have been over the moon, but no.
Yeah, but that shows their first misstep, because I think Simon Parkin of Eurogamer in 2014 sort of set the future out for us by saying it was a misfire that means Platinum's name no longer guarantees quality. And that's a statement that aged fairly well.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles.
Yep, also flop. Makes, I think, a 4 average review or something.
Yeah. And they come in, they do the combat for Grand Blue Relink.
Yep, and then get booted off it.
Yep. That's strange. Who the hell knows what was going on there?
Yeah.
Now on mobile, they've also been trying. Maybe they're looking at what Taku Taku Save the World.
MiHoYo.
Yeah, MiHoYo.
Yeah, I mean,
what they're doing.
Well, I mean, more likely they were looking at, because obviously they're working with side games on Grand Blue Relink. Yeah. Maybe looked at side games and thought, wait, they made Grand Blue Fantasy. And now they have infinite money and can make Shadowverse, and then obviously it's a live service as well. But they can spend, I think they've been on for like 5 or 6 years now. One big action RPG project. They can hire us to do. Why can't we hire them? In that kind of, why do they have the money? Oh, mobile. That's why they have the money.
So they go into World of Demons.
Yep.
Now that is AWOL for years after a soft launch.
Yep.
And then it appears on Apple Arcade.
Mm-hmm. Completely redesigned.
Yeah. Lost Order.
Yep.
AWOL.
Closed beta test. Gone.
And then we go to like their great games.
The stuff they're known for, yeah.
Yeah, that haven't necessarily always sold incredibly.
Yep.
You've got Bayonetta. Vanquish. Vanquish, the game that some people decided to play like a cover shooter and kind of ruined it for themselves.
Yep. Even though...
I mean, maybe some of that they could have guided people into playing the game right. Wonderful 101. Astral Chain. I remember you were so over the moon at Astral Chain, and then of course lamented it being on a Switch and running the way that it did because of that.
Yep, indeed.
There's obviously Scalebound, the big project with Microsoft that ended up failing.
Yep.
Also, where's Bayonetta 3 and what's going on there?
Yeah, that's a thing that hit me. Like, if you want to understand where the hell Babylon's Fall comes from, Bayonetta 3 has been in development for 5 years. Who's paying for that? Is it Nintendo? Probably Nintendo are footing the bill for a lot of it because it's going on Switch.
Did they not do that for Bayonetta 2?
That for Bayonetta 2 as well, because Bayonetta 2 wasn't going to be made because Platinum didn't have any money, and Sega didn't want to continue because they were the ones who published 1. So then Nintendo were like, put Bayonetta 2 on Switch and we'll pay for it. Sweet. We like that, which is a bit weird considering, people complain Bayonetta's hypersexualized and people were wondering why it went to Nintendo, but they like good games. So who's been paying for Bayonetta 3? I think that's the problem. Platinum Games have massive ambition for what they want to make, but they don't have any money. And they keep trying to make money, but they don't make money by going, let's make a really, really good game that sells loads. They just keep fumbling and going, we'll make really cynical cash grab shit. Oh, no one likes it and it's not selling. Why is our cash grab stuff not selling? And then they just spend years trying to make good games that have a niche audience and never break out.
And it's just kind of sad because thinking about Astral Chain,
Yeah.
I mean, if that had I remember you having the distinct feeling that it just had so much missing of what it really could or should have had and what you maybe thought they were going to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they just had the financial runway to properly execute in that vision, maybe Astral Chain would have been different.
Yep.
Maybe its sales would have been different.
Yeah, but instead we're stuck with 41 out of 100. We're stuck with Babylon's Fall, a $60 game that has a full freemium cosmetic aspects, full buy coins, full just fuck you wheel for us, please.
Yeah, and of the audience for a game like that, I mean, I clicked on it on Steam, saw the lower banner of in-game microtransactions and thought, well, fuck this, I'm never playing this.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it plays better than Greedfall.
Godfall, you mean?
Or Godfall. I'd say, sorry, Greedfall. Yeah. I think it probably does play better than Godfall, in fairness.
Yes.
But it's just wild because this is almost certainly a better game than Godfall.
Yeah.
Yet, maybe Godfall's going to have ended up doing better by the end.
Yeah.
Very strange and very unfortunate because the story with Platinum has always been the incredible potential, the incredible combat systems we know they can make. Just not the full game around that forming that often until you get in here.
Yeah. And
you just see this, pure perfection. Not perfection in any of the bits, I think, but overall, just perfect for what the game needed to be.
Yeah, same sort of vibe as Elden Ring, which is this game is really, really weird and wrong and bad in loads of ways, but why is it incredible? Why does everyone love it? Because it's full of soul and full of heart. And that's the thing where you look at Square Enix and Platinum, you're like, this is the duo that made Nier. How could this go wrong? Oh, they've made it a live service co-op because they're really cynically trying to get money out of people instead of trying to make a great experience. And I hope both people here or both the companies here have completely learned their lesson because this is embarrassing. And I'm going to wait a long time before I buy a Platinum game, at least on launch, that's for sure.
And that is, for me, that's sad because I enjoy playing Bayonetta and I've enjoyed the bit of Automata that I've played. It's even more sad for you.
Yeah.
Because, you used to be big Platinum Games fan.
Yeah, until they made loads of missteps.
Yeah, sad. So, look, we hope they can get back there, obviously, but I think we're just going to say $60 game that feels like a freemium one, that ain't it.
That is
Square Enix, that's not it. Platinum, that's not it.
Yep.
Simple as that. That's really it. So, have you played? You played Babylon's Fall?
Don't. Don't even play the demo. It's not worth your time.
Are you one of the 68 people who was playing at that time?
Oh.
Well, statistically unlikely. But anyway, that's it from us. Hopefully, they can turn this around. Maybe it'll be possible for them to go in, completely rebalance this game, remove the freemium stuff, and be like, okay, Babylon's Fall, Unscuffed Edition. But I'm not going to hold out hope.
Well, again, this is where it comes down to. Who's going to pay for that? Historically speaking, Square Enix won't pay to solve their mistakes, so who will?
Yeah, bit grim. All right, let me know what you think. See you next time.